Hello students, today we are going to start with the recrystallization. The procedure that we are going to follow for the recrystallization is the hot filtration method. The apparatus required for the hot recrystallization method using hot filtration, recrystallization method using hot filtration is here we have with us a funnel, here we have the glass rod with us. Here we have the conical flask, we have tripod stand, we need one wire gauze. This is the hanky we have with us, and this is the pair of term to transfer the content from one conical flask into the other one. Here we have taken the sample, that is a benzoic acid, and today we are going to perform the recrystallization of benzoic acid using hot filtration method. For that, one more thing that we require is a fluted filter paper. So what is fluted filter paper? In a routine one, you have a filter paper like this in your regular practical, correct? But there are some advantages of fluted filter paper over the conventional filter paper, that is whatever the surface area available for filtration in case of fluted filter paper is higher one, and second thing, whatever the air entrapment is there, movement of air is there, that is greater in case of the fluted filter paper. So because of these two reasons, the filter paper responsible for increase in the filtration rate for that individual filtration. So how to prepare the fluted filter paper? So here we have already a prepared fluted filter paper. So today in brief I just wanted to tell you or will highlight you how to prepare this fluted filter paper. So this way we have already prepared fluted filter paper. I will just highlight you how to prepare it. It's very simple. You will have your filter like this. You just take a fold one, then second fold, then you just cut it in a circular one. If we cut it in a circular way as the size of your funnel, it will be like this in a circular one. Okay, so we have already made these two folds. Let's take one more fold over there like this. You just press tightly one. So the whatever the press is there, so depend on the quality of your filter paper, you need to press accordingly, otherwise chances of breakage of filter paper will be there. So I have made some 3 to 4 folds over there to make the fluted filter paper. So this way we have a fluted filter paper with us. So this all the apparatus required for the filtration. Now what the very first thing that we have to do before starting or commencing with the actual recrystallization process, we will keep this thing into the hot air oven to make that particular process become the simpler one. So I am keeping this in an oven.
Start.
So I have here, you can see I have already adjusted the temperature of oven to the 100 degrees Celsius, and I will just keep this apparatus at hot air oven for 10 to 15 minutes. So students, here we are actually starting with the procedure for recrystallization. We have taken approximately 30 to 40 ml of water for the recrystallization, as we have selected water as a solvent for the recrystallization of benzoic acid. The criteria for selection of solvent is very well known to you, that the substance as a benzoic acid should be partly soluble in the water at room temperature and will be completely soluble when we will elevate the temperature or heat at temperature. So here I am going to add this particular benzoic acid into the solvent. So students, here as I said that I took this water and it is about to boil. So I am going to add my substance into it, the benzoic acid. Okay, I have added benzoic acid in a boiling water. Okay. So I am just stirring to enhance the filtration rate of, to dissolve that particular benzoic acid. And you can see that the solubility is quite greater one, so it gets dissolved very easily in a boiling water. Beside this, I have kept the boiled water just to as a precautionary measure. So if I required some solvent to get dissolve my compound, if it is not dissolving in a given sample, then I will use this hot water. Okay, how to adjust the volume or dissolve the substance by hot water, by adding additional hot water and not a cool water. Okay, so my compound is already get dissolved. Now it's time to filter it. So I am removing this assembly, that is hot assembly for the hot filtration. So the next is that our compound is already get dissolved, and I am just going to transfer this content into the hot assembly that you can see that. So I am transferring this into the next conical flask. See, this is the colorless compound. That's why we have not used any charcoal over there. But basically we can prefer the charcoal if the compound is a colored one. So I am just filtering it. It's too hot. So I am just transferring content into the so my dear students, I am just transferring the content here.
Start.
Student, you can see that there are some crystals onto this particular filter paper. So I am just adding a hot solvent onto it to dissolve those particular crystals, so we can get the maximum yield for our benzoic acid. So this way we have added hot water. So students, you can see that I have kept this particular conical flask onto the white tile only. It is just to decrease the temperature of that particular conical flask gradually, rather than keeping it onto the some another surfaces. So the purpose of using the tile is to decrease the temperature gradually.
Start.
So students, here you can see that there is a crystal formation already started, and you can see the shiny needle shaped crystals developing into the conical flask. Here we have top view and side view.
Start.
So student, here you can see that crystal formation already start. In case of benzoic acid, we have directly keep it onto the tiles. We never use any ice cold solution, because the tendency of benzoic acid to get crystallized in the water is very very easy in case of room temperature. It crystallizes at room temperature very fast. But in many a case, what students used to do, they directly used to transfer into the ice cold condition or onto the directly ice one. So don't do that, my dear student. You always let that filter come to the room temperature, and if you still feel that the crystal formation rate is very low, in that case you can transfer that particular filtrate or conical flask into the ice cold condition.
Start.
So here you can see that I have already started filtration of the crystals, and here you can see the nice crystals is going to filter it out. Just make sure that it should not come out of the filter paper. And so students, here you can see these are the filtered crystals, and I have just taken it onto the filter paper, and I am going to keep it in a hot air oven just for 10 to 15 minutes to get it dry.
Start.
Students, you can see that here I have kept this substance onto the top shelf of the oven. The reason is that the temperature is quite higher one at the lower end, so we always used to keep our sample that is for drying at the upper shelf, and whatever the apparatus that is on the lower shelf. So student, I hope our crystals are ready. It's completely dried now, and you can see these are the crystals of benzoic acid. You can have a close view of this crystal. Okay, so students, these are the all crystals. The next is that we have to calculate the practical and theoretical yield and percentage, practical yield and percent practical yield. So we have taken 2 gram of compound. We will take a weight of this particular compound. So whatever weight comes for this compound, that will be divided by weight taken, initial weight multiplied by 100. So that will be your percent practical yield, and that you have to report in your journal. So this is all about the recrystallization process for benzoic acid. We will come for more videos with using few more solvents like ethanol and some other solvents as well. So that we will see in the next video. Thank you very much.